Let's shift gears, guys. This was one that you sent across, Phil, regarding young people not
Yeah.
getting adult supervision
I
in
mean, I
police
feel very
custody.
strongly about this because this is an issue where the rule came in whereby young people, people under 18, were in police custody but had to have an adult supervised with them for it. And it came in because there was a succession of quite high profile miscarriage of justice cases. And it now appears from a report that was commissioned incidentally by the Home Office, the UK Home Office, that a lot of young people are not getting the adult supervision in custody. So you're getting situations where young people are in police custody being interviewed and there's nobody there apart from the copper and maybe a solicitor. There's nobody there. You know, and that's just not on. I mean, I've got a vested interest in this in a sense because I have uncovered quite a number of miscarriage of justice cases, and one involving young people, one in particular of, I mean, they weren't young, they were 19 and 20, so they wouldn't have been covered by this law, but even so, they were young people, and they were accused of murder, and a murder they didn't commit. And they were in jail for 11 years.
Oh, this is
11
this.
years.
This is. I mean, this is also a big issue with the Innocent Project in the United States. I mean, the U.S. Innocent Project has been worried, quite rightly so. A lot of teenagers in the United States, if they commit a crime that involves a firearm, or if they're believed to have, the authorities think that they are responsible for a murder or a shooting, they're thrown into adult prison instead of juvenile detention. And Terry Gross of Fresh Air, which is one of my favorite radio programs and podcasts to listen to. She's part of NPR's Fresh Air. Um, she really did a tremendous interview with this attorney who was talking to this 15-year-old boy who it turns out did not commit the murder, was later freed. But while he was there in prison, he was put in the general population, where the first night he was physically assaulted, the second night he was sexually assaulted. And it's just like there's nothing happening either in the United States or here in the UK to look at what goes on inside the prison system and make certain that it is providing justice.
That's terrible. I mean, the bottom line is these are kids.
Yeah.
They're children. I mean, they may or may not have done appalling things, but they deserve, well, they deserve adults to be with them because they're, they're under 18,
Exactly.
and they shouldn't be put in men's prisons.
I don't know.
How much is this to do with this the well in America the economic problem with prisons being privately funded, and perhaps in Britain there was a shift, wasn't there? I can't remember how many years ago. It was when I was a kid that there was this introduction of targets for police officers. And I remember very distinctly. I mean, I haven't had that many brushes with the law, thankfully, but I remember speaking to a copper when I once got pulled over, and he was saying, that there is targets for arrests, and they're expected to meet those. So I think when you change the kind of structure of what policing involves, then suddenly instead of sort of if you arrest a kid, the aim is to get a result for yourself rather than to think, well, put the child in the forefront of how they should be treated correctly, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.